Good morning, students. I welcome back you all to this class of mathematics, and we are discussing here the derivatives of functions in parametric form. Now the question is, what do we mean by the parametric form? We have already studied the implicit functions and the explicit functions. Implicit functions are the ones where x and y are related to each other, and the expression is a mix of both the variables x and y. Neither x is a function of y nor y is a function of x, but they are intermixed in the expression. And the explicit functions are those where either x is a function of y or y is a function of x. These type of expressions were called explicit functions. And implicit were the ones where the expressions of x and y both are intermixed. These were the implicit ones. And we have done the differentiation of both types of functions. But there is a third type of functions where neither x is a function of y. I mean the next function that we are going to study, they are neither explicit nor implicit. Here x and y both are the functions of a third variable. X, that third variable, let it be t at present. So x is a function of t, y is a function of t. X and y both are linked to each other via the third variable. This third variable t, it can be t or theta or whatever. This is called a parameter. And this type of equation, it is in parametric form. I can give you one example. For example, x is equal to 280, y is equal to 80 square. So this is a parametric equation. This is one expression. They are linked, x and y are linked via this equation. So this is the parametric form. Now when you have in this video we are going to learn about the differentiation of parametric form. So what we are going to do, we are going to find the derivative of x with respect to t. So, and we are also going to find the derivative of y with respect to t. Here I can take y as a function of t, so I can take gt, so g dash t. And now if we have to find dy by dx, so dy by dx will be dy by dt upon dx by dt, which will be equal to g dash t upon f dash t. Here you can note down that the derivative dy by dx, you can see here in this blue box, that the dy by dx will be expressed in terms of parameters only, without directly involving the mean variables x and y. So whatever will be the value of dy by dx, it will be in terms of the parameters, whether it is t or theta or some other parameter. Let us start question number 1 of exercise 5.6. 5.6 says that if x and y are connected parametrically by the equations which are given in question number 1 to 10, then without eliminating the parameter, find dy by dx. Now here you can see x is equal to 2at square and y is equal to at4. Now I have to find the derivative of x with respect to t. It will be 2a, a is a constant, and derivative of t square is 2t, so this is 4at. And similarly we find out dy by dt, that is differentiation of the second equation with respect to t. So a is a constant, derivative of t4 will be 4t cube. Now you have to find out dy by dx, which is nothing but dy by dt upon dx by dt. Here I would like to tell you students that this step is mandatorily to be written, because in board exams you can lose marks if you don't write this particular step. So this is 4at q, which is the value of dy by dt, divided by 4at, and we get the answer to be t square. Now similarly, second question, which is also a very simple one, we can see here x is given as a cos theta. So you can see a is a constant and theta is the parameter. Y is also given as b cos theta, where b is a constant and theta is a parameter. And again, so here parameter is theta. So we shall differentiate both equations with respect to theta. So differentiating both the equations with respect to theta, dx by d theta, a will be constant. Derivative of cos theta is minus sin theta. So minus a sin theta. Here again differentiating this equation with respect to theta, b is a constant and derivative of cos theta is minus sin theta. Then you have to find dy by dx. dy by dx will be dy by dt. Here I am going to use not t but theta. So dy by d theta divided by dx by d theta. So now dy by d theta is minus b sin theta and dx by d theta is minus a sin theta. So sin theta gets cancelled and the answer is b by a. Now you can see that dy by dx will neither be in terms of x and nor will it be in terms of y. It will be either a constant or it will be in terms of the parameter theta. Here you can check here in first question that dy by dx you have got in terms of the parameter t. Here in first question the parameter is t. X is in terms of t, y is in terms of t, and you differentiated both and you got the answer in terms of t. In second question the parameter is theta. So x and y both are in terms of theta. And you are getting the answer also in terms of theta. So whatever will be the parameter, the value of dy by dx will be got in terms of the parameter. Now we move to question number 5. As you can see in question number 5, x is in terms of theta and y is also expressed in terms of theta, and hence we can see here that the parameter is theta. So x is cos theta minus cos 2 theta, and similarly y is given to be sin theta minus sin 2 theta. So we differentiate both the expressions with respect to theta. Derivative of cos theta will be minus sin theta and derivative of cos theta will be minus sin 2 theta, but the derivative of 2 theta is 2. So minus 2 sin 2 theta. Similarly, we find out the derivative of the second expression, this one, with respect to theta. So derivative of sin theta is going to be cos theta minus derivative of sin 2 theta will be 2 cos 2 theta. Now we have to find out dy by dx. So now students, I think we can further simplify this expression. First one, you can see minus sin theta and minus 2 sin 2 theta. So sin 2 theta can be written as 2 sin theta cos theta. And I can simplify this and I get. So we have simplified the expression for dx by d theta and we have already found dy by d theta. Now we have to find dy by dx, which is nothing but dy by d theta divided by dx by d theta. So now dy by d theta, it is cos theta minus 2 cos 2 theta and divided by the expression for dx by d theta, which is this, that is 2 sin 2 theta minus sin theta, which is your answer. And as you can see here that dy by dx is in terms of theta, neither in terms of x nor in terms of y. Now students, similarly you can see we go to question number 6. In question number 6 also the parameter is theta. So and a is constant. X is a, theta minus sine theta, and y is a, 1 plus cos theta. A is a constant, theta is a parameter. We have to find dy by dx. So we differentiate x, the expression for x with respect to theta. A is a constant. Derivative of theta with respect to itself is 1, and derivative of sine theta will be cos theta. Similarly, we find out dy by d theta. A is a constant. Derivative of 1 is 0, and derivative of cos theta will be minus sine theta. So we have both the values. Now we have to find dy by dx. So dy by dx will be nothing but dy by d theta divided by dx by d theta. So we write the expression for dy by d theta, which is minus a sine theta in the numerator, and we divide it by the expression for dx by d theta, which is a into 1 minus cos theta. Now we can further simplify this expression. You can see that we can cancel this a with this a, and using the rules of trigonometry, sine theta can be written as 2 sine theta by 2 into cos theta by 2. I am using this formula that sine 2 theta is equal to 2 sine theta cos theta. So you can observe here, if you have angle 2 theta here, then both these angles are half of 2 theta. So in place of 2 theta, if you have theta, that is if you have sine theta, then that will be equal to 2 sine theta by 2, because it becomes half of it, into cos theta by 2. And so we come back to the question. 1 minus cos theta using the rules of trigonometry can be written as 2 sine square theta by 2. Now 2 gets cancelled. Sine theta by 2 gets cancelled with 1 power, and we are left with minus cos theta by 2 divided by sine theta by 2, which is equal to minus cot theta by 2. Now we move to question number 7. Here we can see that the parameter is, in terms of parameter is t. So we differentiate the expression of x first, which is sine cube t upon square root of cos 2t. To differentiate it with respect to t, we have to use the quotient rule. Students, even if we take log, the calculations are not going to be very simple. So I have calculated it both the ways, and then I found that if you don't take log, I think then it's going to be simple. I mean, it's not simple in any way. So derivative of numerator, that is the derivative of sine cube t, that is 3 sine square t into derivative of sine t, which is cos t. So this whole is the derivative of sine cube t multiplied by root of cos 2t, minus you have to write the derivative of root of cos 2t into sine cube t, and whole divided by square of root cos 2t. So now in the next step we substitute this expression, the derivative of root cos 2t. Now this expression is 3 sine square t cos t into root of cos 2t. What is derivative of root cos t? Root cos 2t, its derivative will be 1 upon root 2 times of root cos 2t, and in the numerator you will write a derivative of cos 2t, which is minus 2 sine 2t. So we have used the chain rule for square root function. This is going to be 1 upon 2 square root of cos 2t, and in the numerator minus 2 sin 2t into sin cube t, and whole thing divided by cos 2t. This expression, this denominator. This is now root cos 2t square is cos 2t. Now let me use a different color so that you are not getting confused. Now you can see here that we are going to take this is the numerator, so we are going to take the LCM of the numerator. So you can see this square root of cos 2t and this square root of cos 2t, they get multiplied, and this 2 and 2, they get cancelled. So we have 3 sin square t cos t, root cos 2t into root cos 2t, it becomes cos 2t, minus minus becomes plus sin 2t into sin cube t, and whole divided by cos 2t. Now in the next expression, you simplify and you can take something common. I think you can take sin square t common. So you take sin square t common. So you will have 3 cos t cos 2t plus sin 2t into sin t upon cos 2t. Now students, here you can see that this sin 2t I have written as 2 sin t cos t in the next step, and rest all the steps have been copied. And in the next step, this cos t has been taken common from here. You can see this cos t has been taken common and it comes out, and what we are left with, these terms 3 cos 2t plus 2 sin t into sin t, which is 2 sin t sin t, 2 sin square t. So we got this step. Now after this step, what we are going to do is sin square t into cos t. I can write this cos 2t as 1 minus 2 sin square t. I have expressed this cos 2t as 1 minus 2 sin square t, and rest of the things are as it is, plus 2 sin square t divided by cos 2t. Now we can multiply it, sin square t cos t. We are multiplying this 3 with 1 minus 2 sin square t. So we will have 3 minus 6 sin square t plus 2 sin square t whole divided by cos 2t. Now in the next step, sin square t cos t. Now students, we are going to add up these two terms. I can show you. Now we are going to add up this term with this term. So this becomes 3 minus 4 sin square t and whole divided by cos 2t. Now in the next step, I take 1 power of this sin square t and I multiply it with this bracket. So here I have got only now 1 power of sin t cos t, and I multiply by 1 power here. So it becomes 3 sin t minus 4 sin cube t whole divided by cos 2t. This expression which is there in this bracket, this is nothing but the expression of sin 3t. This is the expression for sin 3t. So we will have sin t cos t into sin 3t whole divided by cos 2t, and I think we have left one power of cos 2t, so I think we have to retrieve it back. You can see, student, at this step this power of root cos 2t, this was to be multiplied here, root cos 2t. So we can multiply this in every step. If you multiply here these two things, the power of cos 2t will become 3 by 2. So you can amend it in every step. The power of cos 2t is 3 by 2, which is in the denominator in every step. So you can correct it now. This expression is the expression of dx by dt. Similarly, we can find out the expression for dy by dt. So let us see what is the expression for y and we differentiate. Now let us start differentiating the expression for y, which is cos cube t upon square root of cos 2t, and differentiating both sides with respect to t. So we get dy by dt is equal to quotient rule, derivative of numerator, which will be 3 cos square t, and derivative of cos t is minus sin t. So this is the derivative of cos cube t into square root of cos 2t minus derivative of square root of cos 2t will be 1 upon 2 times of square root of cos 2t, and in the numerator we will have minus 2 sin 2t. This is the derivative of square root of cos 2t multiplied by cos cube t whole divided by root of cos 2t and its square. Now we simplify it. Minus 3. Now we can take the LCM of the numerator. You can see this numerator. We can take the LCM. So this root cos 2t and this root cos 2t, they get multiplied, and this 2 and this 2, they are cancelled. I can show you with the help of different color. This 2 and 2, they have been cancelled, and root cos 2t and root cos 2t, we shall take the LCM and they will get multiplied, and so the next step will be minus 3 cos square t sin t square root of cos 2t square root of cos 2t, it becomes cos 2t minus minus becomes plus, and then sin 2t into cos cube t whole divided by square of root cos 2t is cos 2t, and this root cos 2t, it becomes denominator now, root of cos 2t. Now we have to simplify it further. So can you take something common? Yes, you can take cos square t common from the above equation. This cos square t you can take common. So you are left with minus 3 sin t cos 2t plus sin 2t, and cos square t you have taken common. So you are left with cos t divided by cos 2t raised to the power 3 by 2. Now in the next step I will write this sin 2t will be 2 sin t cos t. This sin 2t in the next step it will be written as 2 sin t cos t. So you will have cos square t minus 3 sin t cos 2t plus 2 sin t cos t into cos t whole divided by cos 2t raised to the power 3 by 2. And here you can take sin t common. So what you will do, you can take this sin t common, and the next step you write will be cos square t into sin t, and we are left with minus 3 cos 2t plus 2 cos square t divided by cos 2t whole raised to the power 3 by 2. Now you can write this cos 2t as 2 cos square t minus 1. So we write the next step. It will be cos square t sin t minus 3, and this, in this bracket I'm going to write the value of cos 2t, which will be 2 cos square t minus 1, and let me make it a big bracket, and it will be plus 2 cos square t, and we close the bracket. I think you will be able to understand this way better with the help of different colors, and whole thing divided by cos 2t raised to the power 3 by 2. So now we shall be multiplying minus 3 with 2 cos square t minus 1. So the next step will be cos square t sin t, and in the bracket we will have minus 6 cos square t plus 3 plus 2 cos square t whole divided by cos 2t raised to the power 3 by 2. Now we add up minus 6 cos square t and 2 cos square t. So we will have cos square t sin t, and this will be minus 4 cos square t plus 3 and whole divided by cos 2t raised to the power 3 by 2. So now I can take cos t inside. You can see from here I can take 1 power of cos t and multiply it with this bracket. So this expression becomes, so here only 1 power of cos t will be left, cos t sin t minus 4 cos cube t plus 3 cos t and whole divided by cos 2t raised to the power 3 by 2. Now this bracket gives you the formula of minus cos 3t. So here I can write that the formula of cos 3 theta will be is 4 cos cube theta minus 3 cos theta. So here it is minus 4 cos cube t plus 3 cos t, that is negative of it. So we will have cos t sin t, and this is minus cos 3t divided by cos 2t whole raised to the power 3 by 2, and this is the expression for dy by dt. Now I can show you that this was the expression for dx by dt, and right now we have found the expression for dy by dt. Now let us divide both. Now you can see here that this is the expression for dy by dt and this is the expression for dx by dt. So if you have to find out dy by dx, So we find out dy by dx and divide both the expressions. This is the mandatory step. Dy by dx is equal to dy by dt divided by dx by dt. So we divide this expression by this expression, sin t cos t minus cos 3t upon uh, cos 2t raised to the power 3 by 2. Whole this divided by the expression for dx by dt, which is sin t cos t sin 3t whole divided by cos 2t raised to the power 3 by 2. So we can see that sin t, cos t, they cancel out, and cos 2t raised to the power 3 by 2 also cancelled out, and we are left with minus cos 3t upon sin 3t, which is equal to minus cot 3t, which is your answer. Now we move to question number 8. Here the expression for x is a times cos t log tan t by 2. So first and we can observe that t is the parameter and a is the constant. For differentiating both sides with respect to t. A is a constant, so we copy it. Derivative of cos t will be minus sin t, and derivative of log tan t by 2. Its derivative will be 1 upon tan t by 2, and in the numerator we have to write the derivative of tan t by 2. So we write the next step, a times minus sin t plus derivative of tan t by 2 will be sec square t by 2 into derivative of t by 2, which is 1 by 2, and this thing is divided by tan t by 2. Now students, we have to simplify these two terms, sec square t by 2 and tan t by 2. So we write them in terms of sin theta and cos theta, sin t and cos t. So as we know that sec square t by 2 can be written as 1 upon cos square t by 2. And then we have 1 by 2, multiply it with it, so 2 gets multiplied here. And this thing is divided by tan t by 2. Tan t by 2 is nothing but sin t by 2 upon cos t by 2. So we can see that these two expressions are dividing each other. So what we write in the next step, minus sin t plus 1 upon 2 cos square t by 2, and this thing, when it comes in multiplication, it becomes cos t by 2 upon sin t by 2. So 1 power of cos t by 2 gets cancelled with cos t by 2, and we are left with minus sin t plus 1 upon 2. Now we can multiply 2 cos t by 2 and sin t by 2. So we get 2 cos t by 2 into sin t by 2. So this becomes a times minus sin t plus 1 upon. Now we are again going to use the formula that sin theta can be written as 2 sin theta by 2 into cos theta by 2. So this 2 sin 2 cos t by 2 sin t by 2 is nothing but sin t. So now you take the LCM and you get minus sin square t plus 1 upon sin t. So 1 minus sin square t is nothing but cos square t upon sin t. So I think you have simplified it most, and this is the expression for dx by dt. Now we have the expression for y. y is a sin t. So again differentiating both sides with respect to t. So we will have dy by dt will be a cos t. Now as you can see, you have got the expression for dx by dt in front of you, and you have got the expression for dy by dt also given by equation 2 in front of you, and we very well know that dy by dx is equal to dy by dt divided by dx by dt, and hence we divide equation 2 by equation 1. So we will have a cos t divided by a cos square t upon sin t. So sin t comes here. So we can cancel a with a and cos t with 1 power of cos square t. So we get sin t upon cos t, which is equal to tan t, which is the answer. Now we move to question number 10. X is a cos theta plus theta sin theta. So here we can see that x and y both are expressed in terms of theta. So theta is the parameter and a is the constant, differentiating both sides with respect to theta. So a is a constant. Derivative of cos theta will be minus sin theta, and we have to differentiate theta sin theta using the product rule. So derivative of theta is 1 into sin theta plus derivative of sin theta is cos theta into theta. So which is equal to a times. Now here you can see plus sin theta and minus sin theta, they get cancelled. So a times theta cos theta. This is expression 1 and this is the expression for dx by d theta. Now we move to y. Y is a times sin theta minus theta cos theta. So differentiating this with respect to theta, a is a constant. Derivative of sin theta will be cos theta, and we have to differentiate theta cos theta with product rule. Derivative of theta is 1 into cos theta plus derivative of cos theta is minus sin theta into theta, and we close the bracket. Here also if I expand, we get cos theta minus cos theta, and this is minus minus plus theta sin theta. So now again cos theta gets cancelled, and the expression for dy by d theta will be a theta sin theta. Number 2. So now we very well know, we can write here, we can use this space, that dy by dx is dy by d theta upon dx by d theta, which is equal to, now expression for dy by d theta is given by equation number 2, which is a theta sin theta, and derivative dx by d theta is given by equation number 1, which is a theta cos theta. So here also a theta gets cancelled and sin theta upon cos theta is tan theta. This is the value of dy by dx. So you can see that dy by dx in every question you are getting is in terms of the parameter. It is not in terms of x or y. Now we move to question number 11. Question 11 says that x is given to be a raised to the power sin inverse t and whole root. So I can rewrite it as a raised to the power sin inverse t and whole raised to the power 1 by 2, which gives me that x is equal to a raised to the power sin inverse t upon 2. Here you can note it down that t is the parameter and a is the constant. So here I think you have to recall your rules of differentiation of this type of expression a raised to the power x and a raised to the power fx. A raised to the power x, its derivative will be ax log a, as I have explained you earlier. And if you have a raised to the power fx, its derivative will be a raised to the power fx log a into f dash x. So we have to use the second one because we can see a raised to the power fx, where fx is, in this case, our fx is going to be sine inverse t upon 2. This is your fx. So if we differentiate both sides with respect to t, it will be dx by dt. You can even take the log. Even if you take the log, you will get the same answer. So this is the direct formula that I am telling you. Dx by dt will be a raised to the power sine inverse t by 2 into log a into derivative of sine inverse t by 2, which is equal to a raised to the power sine inverse t by 2 into log a. Now derivative of sine inverse t by 2, we have to substitute. So 1 by 2 is a constant and derivative of sine inverse t is 1 upon square root of 1 minus t square. So this whole, whatever expression we have written, this is giving you the derivative dx by dt. Now we move to the expression for y. The expression for y is a raised to the power cos inverse t and whole square root, which can be written as a raised to the power cos inverse t raised to the power 1 by 2, which can be written as a raised to the power cos inverse t upon 2. We have used the rule x raised to the power m raised to the power n is equal to x raised to the power m. If you have power of a power, powers get multiplied. So cos inverse t raised to the power 1 by 2, so 1 by 2 gets multiplied with cos inverse t. So we have the expression for y to be a raised to the power cos inverse t upon 2. So now we have to differentiate it both sides, differentiate it with respect to t. So we will have dy by dt is equal to, again using the same rule, a raised to the power cos inverse t by 2 into log a into derivative of cos inverse t by 2, which is equal to a raised to the power cos inverse t by 2 into log a, and the derivative of cos inverse t by 2 will be, now derivative of 2 is a constant, so 1 by 2 gets copied and derivative of cos inverse t is minus 1 upon square root of 1 minus t square, and this is the expression for dy by dt given to you by equation 2. Let us copy down here. Now we can see equation 1 also here. So now we try to copy equation 1 also with equation 2 here. So we try to write down dx by dt here. Now students, you can see the expressions for dx by dt and dy by dt written in front of you. Now we have to find the value of dy by dx, which is nothing but dy by dt divided by dx by dt. So we divide the expressions, equation number 2 by 1, a raised to the power cos inverse t by 2 into log a into minus 1 upon 2 root 1 minus t square whole divided by a raised to the power sine inverse t by 2 into log a into 1 upon to 1 minus t square. So now here I can see that log a gets cancelled and this whole expression gets cancelled. Only negative sign is left. So we are left with minus a raised to the power cos inverse t by 2 divided by a raised to the power sin inverse t by 2, which is nothing but expression for minus y by x. So this is what you had to prove in this question. In this question you had to prove, I can show you in the beginning, you had to show that dy by dx was minus y by x. Now with this students, with this question I end up today's video. I hope you are revising for your exams. So we shall be meeting you in the next video. Till then, keep revising.